Good day, St. Martin. I'm Yesenia Lazaro.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It's the beginning of the week. Let's get into these top headlines. Three separate road accidents leave multiple injured over busy weekend. The traffic department of the police force of St. Martin KPSM reported 3 serious road accidents between October 16th and 18th, resulting in several injuries and multiple ongoing investigations. The first incident occurred on Thursday, October 16th around 8 p.m. on AJC Browers Road, approximately 100 meters past the Churchill roundabout. A pedestrian was struck by a scooter near the first bus stop, leaving both the pedestrian and the scooter's passenger seriously injured. The scooter rider attempted to flee but was stopped nearby by police. All 3 were transported to the St. Martin Medical Center for treatment. On Saturday, October 18th at 4 a.m., a multi-vehicle accident on Welfare Road involved an unknown vehicle, a black Nissan, a pedestrian, and a parked white car near a cafe. The Nissan lost control while changing lanes, striking the pedestrian before colliding with the parked vehicle. The pedestrian suffered fractures to the leg and hip and was taken to SMMC. Both drivers fled before police arrived. Later that afternoon, around 3:45 p.m., another collision occurred on AJC Browers Road near a commercial entrance, involving a Toyota RAV4 and an unlicensed scooter. The scooter collided with the left side of the vehicle, trapping the rider's leg beneath it. The fire department freed the victim, who was then transported to the hospital with a fractured leg. KPSM continues to investigate all 3 incidents and urges the public to drive cautiously and remain alert, especially in high traffic and pedestrian heavy areas like the Simpson Bay Strip. Anyone with information on these accidents is encouraged to contact the traffic department at 1-721-542-2222. Government boosts cybersecurity with advanced firewall system. The government of St. Martin has strengthened its digital defenses with the installation of a new next-generation firewall system under the Digital Government Transformation Project, DGTP. The upgrade, implemented through the National Recovery Program Bureau and funded by the St. Martin Trust Fund, aims to protect public data, prevent cyber attacks, and ensure secure digital services for citizens. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Luke Mercelina called the initiative a decisive step toward national digital resilience. Several institutions have faced cyber attacks in recent years, including ransomware incidents that threatened sensitive data. This upgrade is about protecting our digital future and ensuring citizens can access services safely and confidently, he said. The new system includes 2 state-of-the-art firewall devices capable of detecting and blocking unauthorized access before threats reach government networks. It replaces outdated infrastructure and forms part of a broader effort to modernize IT systems, improve operational continuity, and prepare for upcoming digital tools like EIDs and secure data sharing. The Council of Ministers, Digital Leadership Team, World Bank, and NRD companies recently met to discuss the project's next phase, signaling continued progress toward a more efficient, transparent, and digitally secure government. Police force honors officers for decades of service. The police force of St. Martin, KPSM, hosted a recognition ceremony on Friday, October 17th at the Phillipsburg Police Station, honoring officers with up to 45 years of dedicated service. Minister of Justice, the Honorable Natalie Tacklin, commended the honorees for their loyalty and devotion to public service, noting that such long-term commitment is increasingly rare. 40 years of service is not just a milestone, it's a legacy of integrity and sacrifice, she said. Special tribute was paid to 3 senior officers for their exceptional careers. Commissioner D. Baptiste, 45 years of service. Commissioner A. York, 45 years of service. And Commissioner B. Gout, 43 years of service. Together, they represent 133 years of combined service across the Netherlands Antilles and St. Maarten police organizations. Chief of Police Carl John also congratulated the honorees, highlighting their enduring impact on the force and the community. The ceremony further recognized officers who recently completed specialized training certifications, underscoring KPSM's ongoing commitment to professional development and excellence in law enforcement. Cranes, condos, and controversy. St. Maarten's building boom has reshaped the island, but it's also raising alarms. Why are so many construction projects being stopped? And what does that say about how we grow? The story in our feature a little later on.
Are you ready for the ultimate island challenge? It's the Tea Hunt, brought to you by Telem, an epic island-wide scavenger hunt full of clues, driving, fun, and wild challenges. Happening on Sunday, October 26th. Win various cash prizes for different challenges, plus there's even a prize for the most creative team. Sign up now at t-hunt@telemgroup.sx or call 559-8888. Call your team, get your friends. It's the Tea Hunt. Think fast, hunt smart, win big with Telem.
I tell you my team lit.
Hey there, it's Missy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us. And guess what? That's it for your Sunshine Report, brought to you by the Met Department of St. Maarten. So as you enjoy your wonderful Friday, stay safe, stay friendly. Sunshine City.
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Maarten, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected St. Maarten. From every street to every home, this network was built for St. Maarten by St. Maarten hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
Vromi takes action to reduce flooding from rising fresh pond levels. The Ministry of Vromi has implemented emergency water management measures following recent heavy rainfall that caused rising water levels in the fresh pond. To prevent flooding in nearby neighborhoods, Vromi initiated controlled spillover into the Great Salt Pond to balance water levels. At the same time, the Great Bay Channel was open to allow safe release of excess water into the sea. These coordinated actions form part of Rome's flood mitigation strategy to protect residents, property, and public infrastructure during periods of intense rainfall. The ministry advised motorists and pedestrians to use caution in low-lying or flood-prone areas and confirmed that monitoring teams remain on standby to manage further changes in water levels. St. Maarten Medical Center and Nature Foundation to host Little Bay Pond Clean Up on November 2nd. The St. Maarten Medical Center, in collaboration with the St. Maarten Nature Foundation, will host a community cleanup of Little Bay Pond on Sunday, November 2nd from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Volunteers are asked to meet at the entrance of Learning Unlimited at 7 a.m. The initiative supports St. Maarten Medical Center's commitment to environmental sustainability and aims to protect one of the island's key blue forest ecosystems, which inspired the interior design of the new St. Maarten General Hospital. Healthy mangroves support biodiversity and act as carbon sinks, helping to combat climate change, noted the Nature Foundation, emphasizing the importance of preserving Little Bay Pond's ecological balance. The pond, historically vital for early settlers and local fisheries, now faces increasing threats from pollution and development. The cleanup seeks to restore its natural environment while raising awareness of its cultural and environmental significance. Volunteers can register by emailing communications@smmc.sx. Participants are encouraged to wear closed-toe shoes, protective clothing, and bring reusable water bottles. Mini bird watching tours will also be offered during the event. Westcott Williams calls for reset in St. Martin's development path. President of Parliament Sarah Westcott Williams has renewed her call for a national reset on St. Martin's development path, emphasizing that development is a right, not a privilege. Her remarks came during an address on October 13th at the J. Arundel Festival Village, commemorating the 15th anniversary of 10-10-10. Westcott Williams urged that the island critically evaluate its progress since gaining country status and prioritize equitable development for all residents. The promise that autonomy would bring progress remains incomplete, she said. Every resident must have the opportunity to live with dignity and share in the nation's growth. Her comments followed news that the Netherlands rejected the European Commission's proposed 2028 to 2034 EU budget, which included nearly €1 billion for overseas countries and territories, with €425 million earmarked for the Dutch and French Caribbean, including St. Martin. Westcott Williams warned that Dutch hesitation could delay or reduce access to crucial development funds, calling on the government to engage both The Hague and Brussels to secure support. Development is not charity, it is a right, she said. Article 43 of the Kingdom Charter must be seen as a responsibility to ensure equitable development across the kingdom. They call them stop work orders, but behind each one is a deeper problem: missing permits, unsafe practices, and sometimes political influence. We'll take a closer look at what's really driving the construction chaos right after this commercial break.
Are you ready for the ultimate island challenge? It's the Tea Hunt, brought to you by Telem, an epic island-wide scavenger hunt full of clues, driving, fun, and wild challenges. Happening on Sunday, October 26th. Win various cash prizes for different challenges, plus there's even a prize for the most creative team. Sign up now at t-hunt@telemgroup.sx or call 559-8888. Call your team, get your friends. It's the Tea Hunt. Think fast, hunt smart, win big with Telem.
I tell you my team lit.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
What is it?
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link.
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Well, yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give please some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a f***ing app. What the f***? It's not a f***ing app.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though. Good day. The sight of cranes and concrete has come to define much of St. Martin's modern skyline, a sign of growth, investment, and ambition. But in recent weeks, that growth has hit a wall. Authorities have ordered work to stop at a major development in Coupacouy after geotechnical experts warned of serious safety risks. The decision has sparked a wider conversation, one that goes beyond a single project and cuts to the heart of how this island manages development. Today we ask, has St. Martin lost control of its building boom? The Westview Condo Hotel in Coupacouy was meant to rise 21 stories, a luxury high-rise overlooking the sea, complete with underground parking and sweeping views. But a report by Dutch engineering firm GeoBest changed everything. After examining the limited data available, engineers concluded that the excavation posed a high-risk profile, lacking essential soil and seismic studies. They urged an immediate halt to protect nearby homes, townhouses, and a school located just steps away. The project's suspension didn't come from government inspectors, but from pressure by concerned residents who commissioned the report themselves, frustrated by what they call the lack of transparency from the VROMI ministry, which oversees permits, zoning, and infrastructure. And that's where this story widens, because this isn't the first or even the fifth time construction has been forced to stop in St. Martin. Over the past decade, stop work orders have become a reoccurring part of the island's development cycle, often following the same pattern. Projects start fast, corners are cut, residents complain, and only after visible damage does enforcement arrive. On the island's hillsides, in places like Coupacouy, Cold Bay, and Betty's Estate, luxury villa developments have also been halted repeatedly for cutting into slopes, exceeding approved footprints, or causing mudslides that damage homes below. Each time the same story unfolds. The site shuts down briefly, a few adjustments are made and construction resumes. Then there's Cahill's Heliconia Hills project, where residents protested what they call an oversized development under the controversial hilltop policy, a policy that the Ombudsman declared legally flawed years ago. Despite community opposition and safety concerns over steep terrain, work moved forward until violations forced a pause. Even in the commercial centers of Phillipsburg and Simpson Bay, stop work orders have been issued for unsafe modifications, blocking pedestrian access, or building too close to public roads. Experts and watchdogs describe this as a cycle of violation and forgiveness. A developer starts a project, sometimes with a valid permit, sometimes not. When violations occur, a stop work order is issued. The developer appeals, pays a fine, or promises compliance, and the work quietly restarts. The result? A public perception that enforcement is uneven, that well-connected developers can build first and seek forgiveness later, and that environmental and safety rules apply selectively. VROMI, for its part, often cites limited manpower, complex legal appeals, and political pressure as reasons for inconsistent enforcement. But critics say it's exactly that, a ministry stretched between public duty and private influence, that has allowed these patterns to continue. The Kupakoi halt, experts say, may finally be the moment that forces the island to confront its structural weaknesses: weak permitting oversight, poor soil data, and too little transparency in major construction approvals. As one engineer put it, if we keep building without knowing what's beneath us, one day the ground itself may remind us why that was a mistake. For now, the Kupakoi site sits silent, a pause in the rush of development. But what happens next could define how St. Maarten builds its future. Will this mark the beginning of stronger oversight and smarter planning, or just another chapter in a familiar cycle? Either way, the foundation of this island's progress depends on more than steel and concrete. It depends on accountability, transparency, and the courage to stop when safety is on the line. I'm Alston. Thank you for watching NEWSDESK.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten NEWSDESK.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across all social media platforms. I'm Alston Lawrence.
And I'm Justina Lassiter, wishing you an amazing day. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, just stay friendly. St. Maarten.